We're back with my third to last review in the SmackDown Vs RAW Trilogy in SmackDown Vs RAW 2009. Lord. Yes, we're almost at the end. I got 2010 and 2011 left. And, yeah. This game was out in 2008. Spoiler alert, that's the year I'm going to talk about. And, yeah, this game is just, nah. I mean, I'm not going to, roast it like 2K20. Let's be honest, this game is 1,000 times better than 2K20, but not that much. It's weak compared. This is the worst one in the SmackDown vs. RAW trilogy, let's just be honest. And let's talk about what happened. First off, the controls are the same, basically. Until 2010, that is. Well, they tweaked it a little bit, and then in 2011 they changed something else, but we'll talk about that soon. What else? You have a new match type, an Inferno match, and a Gauntlet match. The Inferno match is actually the replacement of the Buried Alive match. So, yeah. Again, we did technically have a Buried Alive match in the Austin Showcase mode in 2K16, but that's another time when I talk about it. But anyways. But the roster is that's 2008 for you. There's no legends in the game. No Rock, no Austin. They have to do it for that Legend of Wrestlemania game, which, again, that's another game I'll talk about someday. But, oh my. You could have just included those. I mean, you can import this game's roster to that game, but why? Graphics are the same, basically. And you can act the first time, you can set a championship to anybody. So if you want Chris Jericho to be the World Heavyweight Champion, you can do that. Or Taker to be the World Heavyweight Championship, you can do that. Or swap Triple H back to Raw, you can do that. But yeah. And this is the first time we have the new, we know in 2008 the new HD, sets, which they look, I'm not a fan of that set, to be honest. Why can't you keep the old stages? But whatever, that's, you have to change with the times, but, and again, just since Shut Your Mouth, they always change, they always go backwards in pay-per-view stages, so yeah. Yeah, and there is no GMO this time. We won't not get until now, when 2K22, and this is all about, they revamped the tag teams matches, so you got a hot tag now, and yeah, it's just a little corny to me. There is a career mode which sucked. Let's just be honest. All you do is go for championships. That's it. And that's the only way you have to unlock the hardcore championship, by the way. And tournament mode is the same. The Royal Rumble is the same until the next one. And let's talk about the last part of this review. It's been 4 minutes already, and I'm already at the 4-minute mark. But anyways, I want to talk about the new story mode they included called Road to WrestleMania, which is a story mode for these superstars: Triple H, CM Punk, John Cena, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, and Batista and Rey Mysterio as a tag team. If I missed somebody, whatever. And of course, ECW had to have one storyline in this whole Road to WrestleMania. It's of course had to be CM Punk. And every storyline is, there's different storylines in these wrestlers. So, CM Punk wins the ECW championship from Tommy Dreamer, and then Stephanie and Taz strip Punk of the title or something. And this let Taz come out of retirement in the game. It's just whatever, that storyline. The tag team one with Batista and Ray. It's okay, but you have to pick somebody. I mean, you win the tag team championship with Batista and Ray win the tag team championship, then they're in a crossroads. You have to pick. It doesn't matter if you're Bray or Batista. It doesn't matter. One of them wins the Rumble, and the person you did not choose goes after Edge's World Heavyweight Championship, and then it doesn't matter if it's whoever wins. It's just there. It's just an okay. It's just okay at best. John Cena is about America, and he's feud with MVP, which that's something gets off about the Road to WrestleMania. A certain wrestler did not wrestle on the other brand. Like, MVP was a SmackDown wrestler at this point. He was on Raw until, like, during the draft. So, foreshadowing there. And I'll talk about the other two, but... So, yeah, Cena fights for America against MVP, Umaga, and William Regal. Okay. He doesn't go after the WWE Championship for some reason. And it calls it with you and MVP in an Iron Man match at WrestleMania. Decent story for John Cena. Triple H is next, I'm trying to talk about. Triple H is probably I've always been a fan of Triple H, but it's not his best story, let's just be honest. This is his, besides WWE12, which we'll talk about that soon, someday. But Triple H he did the number one contender spot against Edge again. He was a SmackDown wrestler, did not wrestle on Raw. He then went back to Raw like 2 years later. And Mr. Kennedy. And then you're at Triple H is at a Raw crossroads. No pun intended, but you gotta either be on Orton's side to reunite Evolution, or Shawn's side if you want to reunite DX. There's two different ends to it. It ends with you against Shawn and Orton in a triple threat match. Somewhat WrestleMania 20, but again, because Benoit's cannot be mentioned. Or you and Shawn at WrestleMania. Yeah. I mean, the DX part was cool. And now I get to the two best storylines. Jericho and Undertaker. I'll start with Chris Jericho first. And it starts with this whole code storyline where somebody's playing mind games with Jericho. Then he runs up to Finlay, who was technically a part of the Raw brand in 2008, but by summer he was in the ECW brand, but whatever. And threatened Finlay saying, "Now spill it or I'll spill you." And Finlay said, "I have some money for DVDs to play after your match." And Jericho said, "You didn't make the video." And then you win that number one contenders match. And you face John Cena at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship. And near the end of that, some masked man interferes and costs you the championship. And then you have to find out who is the suspect. From Shawn Michaels, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Mr. Kennedy, Finlay, and Jeff Hardy. The two main suspects are Kennedy and Orton. And there's two different paths to go through. You either go for Kennedy's path or Orton's path. Now, the Orton Mania match is you and Orton in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And if you pick the Kennedy side, it's you, Cena, Kennedy, and Orton in a four-way. And now I'm going to save this for last, the Undertaker story. And your first match against Santino Marella, who was not on the SmackDown brand when this game came out. I don't think he ever wrestled for the SmackDown brand since the first brand split began. And you're in a feud between those two and this mysterious man. Who you face Finlay and Santino in a handicap match. They brought an urn, and then they have power again on Kane, and then you hit him with 3 tombstones, and you and Kane faced them off at No Way Out, and then the Mystery Man was the Boogeyman, which is the rarest time we see the two feud in a video game. And you turn one of them into a zombie. No, this is in 2K20 with the 2K originals. No. And you put a curse on them after you beat one of them in a ladder match with the urn hanging above the ring. And it culminates with you and Boogeyman in a Hell in a Cell match. And you beat the shit out of him. And Undertaker puts him in a casket. And yeah, we'll never see Boogeyman again until 2K Battlegrounds. Fun fact. This was the Boogeyman's second and last video appearance until 2K Battlegrounds. Yeah, this game has the first time we have DLC with Vader and Doink, so you can't technically count them as legends, which kind of, yeah. But this game, it's not good. I'm sorry, it's not the best. I prefer 08 over this. I'm sorry. The Road to WrestleMania was okay. The new match side with the Affirmers was good, but the cons, no true legends. It's the same gameplay. The really bad camera angle, by the way, I forgot to mention. Yeah, some of the storylines were just meh. And yeah, I get this a 4 out of 10. I'm being generous with a 4. But I was not a fan of this game when I came, okay? And next up would be 2010. I already talked briefly about this game in my Bragging Rights 2009 review. If you want to go back to that. But anyways, so yeah. I'll be back with that game. So yeah, bye.